to this bill signing. This is a tradition actually that we're trying to bring back that, sort of in the pandemic we actually stopped doing this, including passing ordinances because, there was different emergency orders and so forth. Long story short is, thanks for honoring what's a great tradition in our city, which is the signing of a new ordinance into law. Now, this particular law is really landmark taxpayer protection legislation at the city level. We're one of the few cities and the first cities that has this, and we're proud to be part of a state that now also will have a city with taxpayer preparation, consumer protection ordinances in place. Now, what this does is it provides a layer of transparency when it comes to the person who helps you prepare your taxes, so that you kind of know what the costs are associated with their services and also what their background is. Because we have seen, in terms of consumer protection, this is an area ripe for sometimes misbilling or fraud or sometimes outright misrepresentation. We know this happens all around the country, but it tends to also sometimes be predatory. It really preys on folks who are desperate for tax prep, who may be of lower income or English as a second language, things of this nature. So it's a very important equity issue for us. And so we're grateful that we now have an ordinance put together that has been refined a little bit over the years. But now this one we think works well for the industry and for the community. And so this was unanimously passed by council. I want to thank Councilor Pat Davis for really never giving up on this issue. And I know it was a tough issue to drive to ground. And then these 4 individuals as well for fighting for this. So I'll see if they want to speak in just a moment, but I do want to mention one other thing. I watched Better Call Saul, and if you're a fan, this is an issue in Better Call Saul, right? That one family who used to be like the county assessor gets into tax prep fraud. And so I actually was watching that, and I was like, I remember being like, you know what? We've got to actually put something in place in Albuquerque. And so it was a subtle reminder from Better Call Saul that we needed to do this, and I think in some ways also fitting we're doing it right here in Albuquerque, but for real, not just in Hollywood. So with that, what else would any of you like to share?
Just thank you, Mayor, for supporting my office and the advocates, consumer protection advocates. I do think this is a really landmark piece of legislation, so I really appreciate your support, as well as City Council.
Awesome. So this is Mari Kempton from our Consumer Protection Office. She's our manager of Consumer Protection. And then if you should introduce yourself and give your title and then share, so they know.
Sure.
Yeah.
My name is Hasmeen. I'm a senior attorney at the New Mexico Immigrant Law Center, and I lead the Economic Justice and Policy team. We're very excited for this ordinance. We serve the immigrant community across the state, and we know that in Albuquerque we have a large mixed immigration status families, and so tax preparation is a very important part of that, not only on the immigration side, but for the children who are part of these families. So very excited, and thank you for this legislation and for having City Council support it.
Anne-Lynn?
Hello, my name is Anne-Lynn Hall. I'm the CEO from Prosperity Works, and Prosperity Works supported this initiative. It's really great to see both industry and advocates come together to form legislation that really works for both sides and that really supports the community, and so we were happy to support this. Thank you to Mayor Keller and to Mari and to Councilman Pat Davis for moving this forward and for the unanimous vote from the council.
Awesome. All right, well, let's make this the law of the land in Albuquerque. So we have, have you guys been to one of these before? So
No, it's my
you
first
each
one.
get a pen as well as a pin.
Fancy.
So yeah, it's kind of fun. One time, Governor Martinez gave me a pen because I passed a lot of bills. She looked at me and she said, "This was the pen I used to veto your legislation." I know. So there's traditions both ways on that one. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and sign this, and then I'll divide it up here. So that's for you, and then there we go.
Thank you.
Sure. Now, what's today's date?
16th.
16th? Okay. Get that right. That's
Thank
you. Okay. All right. Tax protection is now back in Albuquerque. Nice job.
Yay, thank you.
Cool. You want to get a quick still shot while we're here?